Hello, my loves. Hello, welcome to the Inner Pharaoh. I am launching this channel from Cairo, Egypt, on a lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, which is quite auspicious, I know, but I thought that this would be a really good time to do a reading, especially coming from Cairo, Egypt. There's been so much that I've observed here in this country, and I'm not from here, but I will speak about that later on in my videos, and I will be doing face readings. But today I decided to do this kind of reading, and what I want to say about this channel, and thank you for joining, thank you for opening your mind to it. Whatever brought you here for a reason. I intend on this being a space where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Here, I want to explore transformation, empowerment, and the mysteries that awaken our deepest truths. Because there is so much that is being hidden in the shadows, and shadows seems to be the one place that people are most afraid of going to, whereas I am most willing to go to because I overcame my own shadows, and I want to help and encourage others to do the same because it is the most freeing thing that anyone can do. I want for people that are here to understand that I'm not just about reading cards. I take you on a journey. I'm very intuitive when it comes to a particular message that comes from spirit. And the name that I picked, the Inner Pharaoh, is because I really felt like this is not just a journey inward, but is the throne that lives within you, the Pharaoh that lives within you. And what better name than the name that I gave it, because I now currently reside in Cairo, Egypt. This is where you can uncover your strength, embrace your authenticity, and hopefully step into your full power. So let's take a breath and let's see what the cards are saying. Now, this is a piece of the pyramid. A dear friend of mine gave it to me. He is Egyptian. He lives in Cairo. And when I first went to the pyramids, he was kind enough to give me that. He did say that back in the day, they were allowed to climb up and grab rocks, and this was a piece that he took and then gave it to me. So this is from the pyramids, which is kind of cool. So this deck is Ask Your Guides. I would love to begin with this. This is Sonia Choquette's Ask Your Guides deck. I want to see what the guides want to tell us tonight on this auspicious night where truth is revealed, where trauma can be released, where shadows are being enlightened, and there is an opportunity to look at what is the biggest obstacle, what is the darkest, I want to say, maybe the darkest thing that could be standing in the way, the most important thing that we could maybe look at. So spirit guides, angels, divine beings, give us the messages from Cairo, Egypt to the world for what we need to know right now. What truth must be told right now? Thank you, guides. So I want to tell you a little bit more about myself while I'm shuffling. I'm Bulgarian by birth. It's in Eastern Europe, but I grew up in Canada, or I spent most of my life in Canada. And now I live in Cairo, Egypt. And I've lived here for about 5.5 years now. I left just at the peak of COVID, outbreaking in the world. I left Canada. And it's been such an interesting journey. I have a lot to say about transitioning from Europe to Canada and then to Egypt, because I'm tricontinental, which is quite an interesting experience. There's a lot that I learned about cultures and humans and growth. And yeah, it's very enlightening. It's very, very, very interesting. Like I said, I'll probably do a face reading, so I'll tell you more. But if you hear a crazy noise behind me, that's my cats. I have quite a few cats in my room, and they sometimes decide to run around and chase each other. And so that's what you'll hear if you hear anything in the background. So I hope everyone is doing great. I hope you found me here in a good space in your heart, in your mind. And now we have 3 messages from spirit guides. Let's take a look at what the guides are telling us. Discipline. Wow. Okay. Purpose. Wow. And gifts. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. I don't know if this is for me or for everyone, but this is quite special. All right, so, well, it's quite obvious and straightforward. We need to approach our lives with discipline. Whatever it is that's lacking in our life, that we need to align where discipline is lacking, which is one of the hardest things that people have to go through. I know that self-discipline is very difficult, and it does require a lot of focus and energy. But right now, the message that the guides are telling us is, if you find it in your daily routine, in your way of approach right now in life, where discipline is in focus, you will transition into finding your purpose. It's so self-explanatory. I can't believe these cards came out like that. Like, this is ridiculous. It's you could say this to any 3-year-old and they'll be like, of course, this is, I mean, hello. So yes, discipline will reveal your purpose, which then will reveal your gifts. Wow. I can't believe this. I'm still kind of like, what? Just wow. Okay, thank you guys. So this is also really interesting because we have 2 master teachers here, which typically to me speaks of archangels or Mother God, Father God, whatever you resonate with. So this is a very strong, powerful energy. And you can see here in the depiction, it's a face that kind of looks like God, right? And also here, you see it kind of looks like God. It's like an older, wise man. So clearly this is about something bigger than we can just imagine, that we could just say, oh yeah, I need to discipline myself into, writing every day. Well, although that could be a really good discipline, but it's more than just something that puts you one step forward. We are talking about the end, towards the end of your life. What are you doing that is going to make sure that this propels you forward, that leads you to the rest of your life? That's crazy. Gifts, my God. Gifts are coming. The moment that you overcome your laziness, your lack of ambition, your lack of inspiration, whatever it is that's holding you back, and we're going to do tarot, so we're going to find out why these cards came about. You are going to go towards your purpose. And purpose is such a big word, and I struggled with purpose for a long time. And I'm not gonna lie, this is something that most people struggle with, especially women, I think, because men tend to, and I'm just gonna say divine masculine and divine feminine. I don't want to gender, but I probably will, because I'm very traditional, I'm very conservative. It's like, yeah, men, women, we have roles, divine masculine, divine feminine. I know both exist within each one of us, but men tend to have an easier time finding their purpose because they're attached to material stuff and having a career and providing, whereas women attach their purpose usually to just childbearing. And now this is changing. A lot of this is changing. So purpose is even more special in that regard, and gifts. Okay, thank you. Let's move on. Now I'm going to bring in my tarot. So guys, again, these are, look, this is from the desert. This is so cool. I shouldn't say this because I don't want to get penalized for any, but this is from White Desert. I went camping there and it's beautiful. Anyways, and of course, we have the Ankh. So let's see here. Thank you, guides. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Spirit. What do you want to tell us tonight about these messages and more? Tell us, what do we need to know? How can we elevate ourselves? What can we do to overcome our shadows, to overcome our obstacles? Or is there any other messages that need to be brought forward to the collective, to the world, to whoever is watching right now? Wow, okay. I feel like I should just put them up, face up, but no, I want to keep it mysterious. I like it like that. And we're just gonna turn it up. What else can you tell us about? Yep, I felt that one. Okay. This is such a special time, guys. I try to look out my window to see if I can see the moon, and it's just behind clouds. I can't see it. Oh, yeah, I hear you guys. I'm in a typically quiet neighborhood in New Cairo. Stone Park, that's what it's called. It's very, very beautiful, very quiet, very serene. And almost bothered me at the beginning because I did not hear anything at all at night. And even just the fact that right now these dogs barked kind of surprises me because really I never hear anything. It's very quiet. So they wanted to say something, whatever it is. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Anything else for the collective? For the overall energy right now, the overall energy right now of what is it that we need to know right now? Anything else? I feel like one more one. There it is. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's see them. Oh my God. All right. Wow. Wow. Oh, I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Trying to keep it. Oh my God. Okay, for whoever needs to hear this, I know that there's some of you that tapped into this video for a very good reason, because I already know who you are. I know exactly who you are. I know who you are. I know exactly what you're doing. The person that needs to hear this message is going to hear it very clearly right now. This is a transition from lack-minded attitude that needs discipline, that will lead you to your purpose, that will give you all the gifts that you can ever possibly imagine the universe could ever give you. And it is this journey right here. This lack-mindedness that you are experiencing right now is, I don't know what I have because I do not see it, but it is right above me. It is in my energy field. It is in my field. It's all around me. It's above me. It's there. That's what this card represents. It's lack-minded. It's believing that the only thing that you have is what's in front of you. But there's so much more. There's so much accessibility. There's so much abundance. It's just waiting for you to look up and see it. It's right there. So this attitude is just a simple overcome by disciplining yourself. Let me just move this a little bit. Disciplining yourself in whatever ways you can. And I can pull some tarot to see what ways you can discipline ourselves better. That will guide you to your purpose, which will then bring you to your mastery. This is the Eight of Pentacles. This is where you find yourself. This is where you master yourself. This is where you create your future. This is a very highly elevated card. In the Eight of Pentacles, you have gone through a journey and you are ready to create. Look how quickly we are going from Five of Pentacles to Eight of Pentacles. All it takes is for you to discipline yourself, to find some way to say, I will not do this anymore, or I am going to do this from now on. This is something extremely important to me because it matters. My future depends on this. My whole life depends on this. If I exit my black-mindedness, my feeling of not having enough or of not knowing where to look for it, and I can talk more about that, and I will immediately enter into, I am now in my workshop. I'm crafting. I have all these pentacles. I know exactly what I want to do. Whoever is watching this already knows that they have what they need. This is all about attitude here. This has to do with the law of attraction. This has to do with knowing how to break your own barriers and knowing that you can cross that line of lack in literally a day. It happens so quickly, believe me, because I've done it. And it's just a matter of being, I want to say inspired, but it's not even inspired. It's a combination of things. It's a compound kind of energy. And then there's this like light bulb moment where you say, I know that I have everything that I need, and I just need to let go of that feeling that says I'm lacking. For me, it was the word providence. When I was lacking, for me, I felt like I lived literally 40 years of my life feeling like my life was lacking. And I had no idea how to find my purpose. I had no idea how to even look for it. Everything that I did failed. Everything that I tried failed. Until I heard the word providence. It was actually Morgan Freeman that said that word. And I'm like, what is providence? What is that, Morgan Freeman? And then I realized when I looked it up, and at that time I was not connected to the divine the way that I am right now. But at that time, I still did have a deep connection to something that was greater than me. And when I looked up providence, I felt like, okay, so I am going to be okay because the earth takes care of all its creatures, regardless. I don't need to prove myself. I don't need to compete anymore. I want to surrender. It was all about competing, competition. Who do I fight with? Who do I go with? Because, especially being someone that lived in Toronto, that's where I spent many years. It's such a dog-eat-dog world. It's such a hustle, and people encourage that, saying, "Oh, you gotta hustle, you gotta hustle, you gotta hustle." And it's like, well, what if you don't? What if you just want to surrender and have peace? But there's no peace there. There's no opportunity to find that connecting, literally peace, connecting puzzle piece that tells you what you're meant to be, what you're meant to do deep in your heart. What is it that you feel that you truly belong to? The world is not giving us opportunities to be at peace with what we truly want to be and what we want to do, because there is so much added stress and there's so much added agitation and competition and distractions, and we are disconnected from that. But again, like I said, if it can happen like this in one snap of a finger, where I just hear the word providence and I look it up, and then I take 24 hours to process that, and then I feel like, you know what, I'm gonna give up. And it takes time for that old energy to dissipate, of course, and then it takes time for you to learn new skills and adapt to new thinking, and open your mind to miracles, open your mind to visions, open your mind to manifestation. Yes, it does take time. But one spark is all that it takes. One spark. Sometimes it's just someone telling you the right thing. Sometimes it's just you being in a hole and someone giving you a hand and saying, I got you this time. And you've been in that hole forever. Like a cage, like a cheetah that fell in a trap in the jungle, and you had no idea how you're gonna get out. You knew you were gonna die. But then one day a villager came and put a piece of wood in that hole, and with your last strength, you crawled up and you got out, and you absolutely believed that you were going to die in that hole. But no, the universe had a different plan. You did not die. You moved on. And that's how this shift can happen. It's so quick. It's an acceleration. You go from lack-mindedness to I know exactly what I need to do and how I need to do it. I'm a master. I got this. I am going to utilize my skills because I know that they're valuable, they're worthy. Someone needs them. I love being that. I love crafting. I love expressing myself. And look at the card that follows that, justice. You will have your justice. I can't. This is amazing. The universe is behind you. It's saying, yes, the moment you do this, we are right behind you. The universe is right there to say, yes, this is justified. There is justice here. Stairs climbing on up. We got you. Everything is balanced. Everything is good. There is an equality here. You're giving something back to the universe. We're going to give you right back what you just gave us, or what you gave the world, whatever it is that you gave, because you're mastering yourself over here. And now you're giving it back to the universe, and the universe is saying, perfect. And now we're going to equate the scales, and we're going to give you everything that you deserve and everything that you need. And look at what comes after that. 6 of Wands. Celebration, acknowledgement, feeling like, yes, I got this. I did this. Holy moly, look at that. Look at that. Coming back on the horse with all the people saying, fantastic. Thank you. We're really happy to see you. Whatever it is that you did is very valuable to us. Thank you so much. And the star. I just can't. I can't believe it. This is insane. You are a star. Whoever it is that is watching right now, there's a star quality to you. You are a star. There's something that you've been waiting for. There's something that you've been craving, that you know is within you. There's no doubt in my mind looking at these cards. It's ridiculously obvious to me. Whoever it is that you are, you know that there is this incredibly special trait about you that you want to take to stardom in whatever way. And I'm not saying fame or fortune. No, this is about having, not just being healed within yourself so that you can have the full expression of yourself, because that's what the star really represents, but self-love. Pouring into your own water. Do you see what she's doing? You're pouring into your own. You're the star of your own life. You shine for yourself. You shine for yourself. You are the star of your own life. How beautiful is this? This is amazing. What are the challenges, Spirit? Tell us. Is there any challenges? Of course, there's always challenges. What are the obstacles? What are the challenges that we need to be aware of, that we need to pay more attention of? What are the shadow aspects of this? What are the dark sides of this? Since we are in a lunar eclipse, we need to know the dark aspects of this. Tell us, what do we need to be aware of? What does the collective need to be aware of? What are the shadow aspects? Oh my God, I am feeling so many cards wanting to come out. There's so much energy right now. It's insane, but I'm gonna wait for the right one. I'm gonna trust. There's so many cards. There it is. Wow. Okay. Tell us more, please. I wanted to keep it face down for secrecy, but no, it's okay. It revealed itself. It's fine. Tell us more. Tell us, what are the obstacles that we need to overcome, that we need to know about? Is there anything else, Spirit, that we need to know about? Wow, okay. That one was very strong. My goodness, all right. Oh my God, a full moon. Look at that. Wow. Give me one more. Give me one more, please. Nope, one more, just one more. One more, please. One more. One more. What are the shadow aspects that we need to be aware of? Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. All right. So whether you are divine masculine, divine feminine, or man, woman, whatever, it doesn't matter. The Queen of Pentacles represents a very stable energy. This is an energy of, yes, grounded nature, grounded, knowing what she wants, confident in her ability to protect herself, to shield herself from attacks. She's a strong woman. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm gonna say woman, but she's a strong energy, or this is a strong energy. The Queen of Pentacles is an energy of self-protection, preservation, and knowing how to use the material world to their advantage. So we asked Spirit to give us some cards. 3 cards is what I pulled, to tell us about what obstacles we have in our way, and this is the one that came through. And that would say to me, I feel like a lot of you who are watching this right now are struggling with knowing how to embody that. How do I feel protected? How do I face the material world and feel protected? How do I secure myself in the material world? Therefore, or in other terms, how do I embody, if you're a divine feminine, how do I embody the divine masculine, which is about protection and using the material world to defend yourself, to protect yourself, to ground yourself, to shield yourself? And if you're a woman, and again, it doesn't matter, it's all about the divine masculine and how do I use that energy. There's a lot of fear around money here. There's a lot of fear around money in this collective. Money seems to be the thing that is preventing people from feeling, obviously, from feeling comfortable. This is an energy of, I don't know how to use money as an energy. I don't know how to build money in a way that is going to protect me so that I can then follow through with all of that. I need money first, which to me is crazy, because when you break through your barriers and you discipline yourself in at least 1 or 2 or 3 things that you absolutely know that you can do today, tomorrow, eliminate out of your life that are going to take you closer to your purpose, and then you follow through with what you really love, with what you really like, find out where your worth is, write down on a piece of paper, these are the things that I'm lacking. I'm really good at these things, I'm not really good at these things. When you find out what you're not really good at, go and pursue that. Podcasts, YouTube, books, anything that you can find, go and pursue the things that you are not very good at. Be good at that. Be whole. The things that you're good at, fine, write them down. The things you're not good at, equate it. Find the balance. You cannot wait for someone else to tell you what you're good at and what you're not good at. You have to discover that for yourself. You have to find out on your own terms. And then you have to break through those barriers with some discipline and then be whole. Find a way to complete your circle. Find a way to fill in those gaps, to put light on those dark spots. Maybe you're not very good at organizing or being rational or being patient or being, good with numbers. I'm not really sure. You can kind of figure it out on your own terms. But when you find that will then lead you to feeling so secure within yourself that money will come naturally anyways, because nothing can stand in the way of your confidence. Nothing can stand in the way of you knowing your worth. Nothing can stand in the way of you knowing your worth, because you just went through the work. And it takes time, yes. But if you don't begin today, when are you going to? If you don't start, when are you going to? There has to be a beginning. There has to be a launch to something. God will not dictate your life. God guides us. Or if you don't want to talk about God or don't want to use that word, which I do. I know I use that word quite a bit. But if you don't like that, fine. Then you need to understand that it is you. It's your free will, and everything is in your hands. So this is this obstacle or this shadow aspect to this reading, to this collective, is yes, money is something that comes as a consequence of you changing your mentality, of you changing your mindset, of you becoming abundant internally first, because you found your purpose and you feel so confident and your heart is blossoming and you're blooming and you're absolutely ecstatic to wake up and feel like, I know that there's something that I really want to do and I'm doing it and I love it. And it could be very small things at first. It could be something super minimal. You don't have to pressure yourself. As long as you know that you're connected some way, somehow, there's that energetic bond between you and your purpose and your desires. That's all that it takes, believe me. It's just one strand, because then you're going to keep weaving and weaving and weaving, and then it's going to become a massive rope. And then it's going to become one of those crazy ass ropes that you put on a ship like Titanic. And like, oh, that's a bad example to use. I don't know if the ropes on Titanic were good, but Titanic sank. But okay, like whatever, big ships, okay? And then you have this big rope, strand by strand, little by little. You gotta weave it little by little. As long as you make that first connection, that's all it takes. Find out where your purpose lies by having some self-discipline, and this will be overcome. Then we have the Six of Wands, the Six of Swords, sorry, which talks about leaving a particular situation so that you can be in calmer waters. This is a card about healing and having gone through some conflict or difficulties. In fact, very hard times, especially with the Five of Swords, but you know, very difficult conflicts. Yeah, this is a bit of an energy of, I need to walk away from what doesn't serve me anymore. I have to walk away from what is not healthy for me anymore. Usually there's a woman and a child, but in this card, it's just the swords that she's taken. She's alone. She took what she wanted. She took the only thing that she wanted, and she just said, I'm out. I'm done. She's in her emotions, and she's going into calmer water. She doesn't want anything else. So the challenge is to find a way to walk away from what doesn't serve you anymore. That's your shadow. That's the challenge. You have to find a way to walk away from what doesn't serve you anymore. You have to find a way to separate, to turn your back on what is not giving you. And then the last card that we have here is the Four of Pentacles, which is incredible. Again, I can't believe that card came up for the challenges, for the shadows, because it's holding on to stuff because we don't believe that there's more coming. You know, it is a card of, I gotta hold on to everything that I have right now because I'm not sure more is gonna come. This is my prize, my possession. I have everything. I know it's good. There's definitely some wealth in here. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely something to hold on to, but he's holding on to it so tight because he doesn't believe, or she doesn't believe, that there's more. You gotta let that go. There's so much more. There is so much more. This is a card of not being sure or hopeful that what it is to come will be more than what you already have. He's only got 4, but there's 10. There's so many more to come. So these are our shadow aspects. This is the shadow aspect of the collective. Heal your material wounds, whatever it is that you need to do in order to open the abundance tab. You have to connect yourself to your purpose. The moment that you do that, this tab will flood right open, and you don't have to worry about money, but then you will gain the positives of this Queen of Pentacles, which is, I am actively protecting myself, defending myself. I am grounded. I am abundant. I'm rich. I'm rich, bitch. I love that. And then walking away from what doesn't serve you and being very sure that going into calmer waters is going to be your betterment. Leaving everything that doesn't serve you. Take whatever serves you. Take whatever whatever has worked for you, all the things that did work for you, and then leave the rest. And then releasing the lack mentality, which is releasing the belief that I can only get 4 pentacles. I can only have this, whatever it is that I have in front of me. I'm happy. I'm super happy. And look, another full moon. Oh my God, that's crazy. I'm super happy, but you know, but then you're not open to what possibly could be out there. It's like literally going into your first candy shop and believing that that's the only candy that you will ever find or meet or see in the world. And then you leave that village and then you go to the big city and you're like, no, I cannot believe my eyes. This is insane. Okay. What else do we need to know, Spirit? What else do we need to know for our final outcome of this reading? What else do we need to know? Okay. Oh my God, Temperance. This one too wanted to come out. All right. Beautiful. All right. So we have 2 beautiful cards. Temperance is about healing and finding that balance in yourself where you have your passions and your emotions. Your passion for life is aligned with your emotional maturity. You have come to a point where you can balance both and feel in harmony about them. So this is what the universe is offering right now. It's offering these 2 final cards as the outcome of what you are to receive. And is this another full moon or is that Saturn? I don't know anymore. This looks like a full moon to me. And the 6 of Cups, which is, well, in a love reading is one thing, but in this reading, I'm going to read it as remembering who you are, remembering your inner child, remembering what you dreamt of when you were a little kid, going back in the past and remembering what you wanted to be, who you wanted to be, what made you happy, what made you free, what was that feeling when you ran through the woods or naked in the backyard or barefoot at your aunt's house or whatever it is. This is a card that relates to not just the past, but our inner child and how we can implement those beautiful, precious childhood memories into now, the today, the finding the balance today, where we can combine our passions, the fire within us, with our emotional maturity, and then pursue our dreams. I hope this has been helpful, guys. This was a very profound reading for my first reading. I can't believe these cards came out, to be honest with you. But they're very straightforward. They're very direct. And I will be doing signs. I'll be doing more truths, more shadows, more readings. Welcome, join, subscribe, do whatever you want. You're free. You have free will. I'm just going to keep doing what I like to do. And I like to do this. And it's just the beginning. So thank you for sticking with me. If you're here until the end, you're awesome. I love you. You're the best. I really appreciate you. And see you soon. Bye.